Hi guys, here's just a little short reflection of my experience with the CFMoto 450 MT or slash Ibex. When it first came out, I did not understand what the heck that bike was for. Small 450 sounded great, but then 200 kilos with crash bars, it's 200 somewhere, and looked like I didn't know who that bike was for, really. So weak, so heavy, and so on. But now I've spent 2 weeks on that bike, and I finally understand it. It's perfect, actually. So, I'll tell you why. It's first of all, it looks like it wants to be a T7. It's like the little sister of the T7, because once you get on it, it sounds like a T7. It pretty much feels like a T7 also. But then you have the weaker power and so on. But let's get back to that. So I went on a ride. We were 10 guys. Each had the same CFMoto 450 bike. And we rode for 2 weeks, and we rode all different terrains. We rode the curvy tarmac, the tarmac roads that were supposed to be tarmac but weren't anymore. We went into sand and dust and big rocks. We did sort of water crossings, and spent long hours on that bike. And it really amazed me because I'm not sort of the specs guy. I'm more of a feeling guy, and I loved it. First of all, and I think that's where you feel the limitations the most, and that's on high-speed tarmac. It's great and it's agile, and you can really have fun there, except for the lack of power once you get up at speed. So it has 42 horsepower, and you really feel in the top range there's really nothing there. Yeah, but otherwise it's very comfortable for long stretches. It's you pick up the speed, and I mean, if you're not doing any extreme stuff or want the thrills of a powerful engine, it did that perfectly. But where it really shined, maybe it's because it was like a T7, was in the off-road, because I'd say it has, at least the feeling was that it has just as much power in the low end as the T7, measurably not, but, of course, but it had that bottom grunt whenever you needed it, power, and that's actually where you got the thrills, I'd say. And the general feeling of it, 200 kilos, but it felt like a much lighter bike, because first of all, the bike is lower, which was great for the group of different heights and different experience levels also. Everyone could flat foot that bike. I had the rally seat on it, which makes it a couple of centimeters taller, and still it was lower than my T7 or the AJP, and I had no problem flat footing it either, or at least not far from it. And it seemed like I actually had the more comfortable seat of the group. Riding it in these different conditions, It felt very balanced. I didn't feel that I wanted a smaller bike. We didn't go extreme enduro, of course, but adventure riding style, and this is an adventure bike, which means that it needs to be reliable and comfortable, taking you places, and once you get to that river crossing or rough patch, it needs to do the job. And I had a lot of fun on that bike. So, and also it has 17.5 liter of fuel tank. And that's another thing. Filling that up, 17 liters, the range meter said 500 kilometers. And I think in 2 weeks we filled that bike up 4 times, 3-4 times. It had the range for several days every time we filled it up. So it all depends on the kind of riding you do, but we spent long hours, but slow. So yeah. So who is this bike for? It's not something Pultaris would jump over cliffs with, of course, but this is the perfect beginner's adventure bike with the low sort of presence. It's much lower and you can flat foot it, and even as a bit more experienced, I enjoyed that. So it's a great beginner bike, I'd say, but also for the adventurer that's not looking for hard enduro or the thrills. If you just want to do it all bike, even as a commuter bike when you're not on the adventures. It's an everyday bike. It's for adventures, and yeah, with skills you can take it pretty much anywhere. I'm not a wheelie guy, and I had problems even raising the front wheel on the first gear. But Muin, who was more experienced on these bikes, he had no problem. But you need to do it on the first gear, whereas the T7 I can do it on third at least. So, but again, it's not a thrill bike or stunt bike, but I was just impressed over the overall capability, comfort, range, and I could see myself going on a long adventure on that bike, because if you want to get far, you're not digging yourself down in mud piles or taking the single track hard enduro route. Although I heard there's going to be some 450s doing the Romaniacs adventure class this year. So add skills and you can do anything, even on this bike, I'm sure. And price, the Chinese are dangerous for the big brands now. I have the AJP, hand-built in a little personally sort of family thing factory down there. Of course, it's hard to keep the prices down, but the Chinese have learned so much now from making the KTMs and Husqvarnas and everything. That's the same owner actually as CFMoto now. And I love getting my prejudices crushed, both when it comes to cultures, but also bikes. So yeah, really enjoyed the CFMoto. Will I be getting one soon? No. It's not my bike that I want to own, but I see the use case for it. And if I had a renting firm doing tours like Muin in Pakistan or wherever, I think I would get those bikes. And for Pakistan, they were perfect for the level of ruggedness that we encountered there. So yeah, you see some footage now from Pakistan. The video is not out yet when I'm recording this video, but there'll be something here to click on once that's out. And yeah, it was a blast. And this bike actually made so much sense, so I thought I'd tell you about it. Yeah, I've been off the cam a little bit, riding. Even YouTubers need some sort of vacation. So, but soon we'll be out again on the AJP and the T7, doing some Swedish trails. So yeah, nice to catch up with you guys. And if you want some thoughts or just ramblings from my head in the future, there's a newsletter you can subscribe to for free. I'll send you my packing list once you subscribe. And also there are ways to support me, like MeeTV, also a link there, or membership and things like that. So when I grow up, I can actually do this for a living. All right, that's some CFMoto ramblings from the garage. Get on one of them. I'm not sure you will love them because it's a smart bike, I think, but it's not what everyone will get excited about. But I understand it, finally. Take care out there. See you in the next one. Ciao.